Those pieces of land completely surrounded by water but smaller than Australia, everyone knows about them, islands. They are on every continent and they scatter the seas and oceans. Throughout history, islands have made a huge impact, from basic colonialism to the exploitation of natural resources and military bases. This is the first episode of The Biggest Island, a series where I will talk a couple minutes about the biggest island in a specific region. Wow, big surprise, right? Today, we will take a look at North America. Greenland, located at the northernmost point of North America and the world, lies Greenland. It is the biggest island on North America and the entire world, with a surface area of 2,166,086 square kilometers, or 836,330 square miles. This island has one of the most extreme and deadly environments on Earth. Almost entirely located within the Arctic Circle, it comes as no surprise that the average temperature can be as low as -20 degrees Celsius or -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of the country is not habitable, but the areas in the south have towns and villages next to the coastline, the most populous being the city of Nuuk. With 17,000 citizens, the city also houses the most used airport in the region, Nuuk Airport, and is the capital of Greenland. To some, it might be surprising to hear that Greenland isn't independent or part of a country located in the Americas. In fact, Greenland is part of the Danish kingdom. Quick history lesson. In roughly the 10th century, the Vikings from Scandinavia became bored and they started plundering places everywhere between Spain and Russia. While messing around with Scotland, some of the Norse ships found some big islands, mainly Iceland and Greenland. From that point, the Norse colonization of the islands began. That's also why the Icelandic language sounds so much like Old Norse. Some small colonies in Greenland unified with Norway in 1262, and they just went on with their business, hunting, fishing, a bit of farming. A couple decades later, however, the Little Ice Age occurred, which made the harsh and dangerous land even more harsh and dangerous. That caused the collapse of the few Greenlandic settlements, and the Norse, they were kicked out. A couple of centuries later, Denmark went in, and they just kind of took it, together with some other islands, like Iceland and the Faroe Islands. It wasn't really frowned upon, since the island would still be within its original Scandinavian roots, and most of the land was useless anyway. Today, the island is still under Danish rule, and their population is almost at 60,000, with 85% of the people being native Greenlandics, also known as Eskimos, and 15% being ethnically Danish. With its own flag, people, coat of arms, constitution and capital, it's getting closer and closer to becoming independent each day. In the last 10 years, it already became autonomous and self-ruling, but their population simply isn't big enough to sustain themselves for proper independence. Greenlanders will have to face a lot of issues, such as climate change and increasing influence of all the superpowers, which have their sights set on the land and its resources. It will be interesting to see what the Greenlanders will do in this constantly changing geopolitical landscape. Within our lifetime, Greenland will certainly become a hot topic, or should I say, cold topic. This was the Globalizer, and I hope you enjoyed this video.